In the heart of Eastern Europe, a conflict rages on that has gripped the world in a tense standoff. The war between Ukraine and Russia, a bitter struggle, has now reached a critical stage. This war, steeped in history and geopolitical tensions, involves key players like NATO and the UK, who stand in solidarity with Ukraine. It's been a grueling conflict, with no end in sight, capturing international attention and concern. As Russia's military might is strained and Ukraine's resilience tested, the world watches, anxious and hopeful. As we delve into the chronicles of this war, we uncover a timeline filled with key events and turning points that have shaped the course of this conflict. From the first spark to the current state of affairs, the war has unfolded in a series of significant events. Let's take a step back and journey through the timeline of this complex conflict. Our story begins in the skies over Ukraine. Russian jets, once seen as formidable, have faced an unexpected challenge. Due to overuse and the conflict's extended duration, Russia has lost 90 warplanes. This loss, while significant, hasn't deterred Russia from increasing sortie rates over occupied Ukraine. Ukraine, on the other hand, has managed to maintain its air defenses and frontline strength by restoring old aircraft and acquiring jets from NATO countries. The war in the air is a high-stakes chess game where every move counts. As we move forward, the spotlight shifts to the ground. Russia, in an attempt to bolster its forces, has been drafting a multitude of troops. Yet a new problem emerges. There are concerns that there may not be enough weapons to arm all these soldiers. Russia's reserves, once believed limitless, are proving insufficiently prepared for the grueling reality of combat. The military-industrial complex struggles to sustain greater mobilization, pointing to a potential weak link in Russia's war strategy. Contrastingly, Ukraine, a country under siege, has shown remarkable resilience. With the help of NATO allies, Ukraine has managed to resist Russian forces. The will to survive and the spirit of resistance have become Ukraine's most potent weapons. The support from the West, both in terms of military aid and strategic advice, has been instrumental in keeping Ukraine's hopes alive. The war's timeline reveals a tale of resilience, tactical maneuvers, and international politics, all playing out on the battlefield. Beyond the military strategies and political negotiations, the true cost of this war is measured in human lives. The conflict between Ukraine and Russia has not just been a clash of military might and territorial dominance, but a catastrophic event that has shattered countless lives. The estimates of casualties vary, but they all tell a grim tale of loss and devastation. Thousands have perished on both sides, soldiers and civilians alike, their futures extinguished in the blink of an eye. But the human cost isn't just quantified in the lost lives. The war has displaced millions, turning once bustling cities into ghost towns. Homes, schools, and hospitals have been reduced to rubble, leaving countless people without shelter, education, or healthcare. The war has sparked a humanitarian crisis of epic proportions. Food and water are scarce. Basic necessities are luxuries many cannot afford. Children, the future of these nations, are growing up in an environment marked by fear and violence, their innocence stolen by the harsh realities of war. They are the silent victims, their plight often overlooked amidst the clamor of geopolitical chess games. The human toll continues to rise, reminding us that the stakes of this war extend far beyond territorial disputes. As we stand today, the war is far from over and the future remains uncertain. The conflict, having stretched longer than anticipated, has taken a toll on both Ukraine and Russia, each facing their unique set of challenges. On the Russian front, the depletion of warplanes is a significant concern. The loss of nearly 90 aircraft in Ukraine due to overuse has made its air force less formidable. Overworking its jets could eventually tip the scales in favor of Ukraine in air battles. Meanwhile, Ukraine has managed to uphold its air defenses and frontline strength by reviving old aircraft and acquiring jets from NATO countries. However, the country's survival and eventual victory rely heavily on sustained support from the West, a fact underscored by NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. As for the international response, the West continues to provide military aid to Ukraine, despite concerns about the effectiveness of supply lines. The upcoming NATO summit in Madrid is expected to adopt a new strategy concept, recognizing Russia as a threat to security and stability. Looking ahead, the potential outcomes and future scenarios appear as unpredictable as the nature of war itself. Russia's strategy of drafting a large number of troops raises questions about its ability to adequately arm and prepare them for combat. On the other hand, Ukraine's resilience, coupled with the support from Western allies, could alter the course of the war. As the world watches and waits, the future of Ukraine and Russia hangs in the balance, a testament to the enduring spirit of the people and the unpredictable nature of war. From the onset of the conflict to the current standoff, the war between Ukraine and Russia has been a complex interplay of power, politics, and people. We've journeyed through the timeline, witnessing the significant events that have shaped this ongoing conflict. We've delved into the human cost, a stark and sobering reality of war, and we've explored the current state of affairs, a delicate balance of power marked by resilience, strategic alliances, and the formidable challenges of warfare. As the world continues to watch, we bear witness to a chapter in history unfolding, a grim reminder of the cost of conflict and the relentless pursuit of sovereignty and survival.